Absolutely.
Hi everybody, this is Dushyant and today I'm going to talk to you about the journey of my life. And I've titled this story From Darkness to Light. And I begin this story by asking all of you, how many of you have felt trapped in a job which you hated? But you had to do it because you had to pay off EMIs, you had children to support, you had a wife at home, and the responsibilities of life. How many of you have felt like never getting out of your bed and being in the bed, wishing that you could vanish from this earth? Okay, I have company. How many of you have felt in the pits, totally depressed, completely as if you want to paint yourself in a corner? Good. I have company. So these and few other things I want to share with you, and I will also share with you how I transformed myself in this journey from complete lack of belief to great self-confidence. I'm still struggling with lots of issues in life, but I thought that let me share this story with you so that, even if one person could carry something away from this room, I'll be more than happy, because when I was going through this phase, I had nobody to, sort of take me out of that suffocating situation. So here it begins. It all begins from my childhood. I was born in Rajasthan. I was brought up in a city called Ajmer, and I went to school over there. I had an elder sister, 6 years elder to me, extremely dominating and domineering, who could do nothing wrong in front of my parents. And two very, very dominating and domineering parents. And here I was just being talked to, looked down upon, and I grew up with this great sense of self-doubt in me. I always used to second guess myself in every little thing that I used to do. And as a result of which, I sought comfort in food. And for the longest time, I was this roly-poly guy who had his cheeks pulled and called cute, while this guy knew what was going inside. What is it that was eating Gilbert Grape? I'm sure you've heard about that. So there was something eating me inside, and I was trying to seek comfort somewhere else, in food, that is. And there was this phase where, all of you know that phase, when you're in class 12 and you choose streams and you want to do something, but then your parents ask you to do something else, and again my father told me, no, you must do engineering, while I wanted to do arts because I was temperamentally aligned towards arts, but then I ended up in this engineering college, and for 4 years going through subjects which I hated, but also going through that entire drill because I did not have a voice which could say no, this is not what I want to do, I want to do something else, which I desperately wanted to say, but the voice never came out because of the conditioning right from the childhood. And so I got them that piece of paper which is called the degree at the end of that torrid period. I would say it was a rather torturous period. And when I should have been going out with girls and enjoying myself in this fabulous city called Pune, there I was struggling with the subject which I hated, and that's it. Those years went by. Then came again the choice of doing MBA, and also whether one wanted to do what one wanted to do, or when again somebody told you to do something. And there again I had to do a marketing MBA, while I wanted to do HR because I was temperamentally aligned. I see some people nodding their head because they know me a little. But yes, no. So 15 years of career in sales and marketing because I had a family to support. I had children and wife to take care of. My wife was right there who could understand me, but she could only do so much. And so 15 years of this struggle and self-doubt, lots of conflict, lots of wanting to get out of that trap where you feel totally suffocated but you can't. because of certain things which you're supposed to do. And one day, my employer told me, "That's it. We don't want any more of you because you're not meant for this. You're not giving us the results that we want out of you." And I said, "No, but I'm really good. I'm doing the best I can." But they said, "No, you have to be better than that. You're not temperamentally aligned to this. You're not Selu enough. You're like too good to be in this job. You should have been doing something else." And there I was handed in a pink slip. I was in the deepest shit. I was fat and obese because I was just finding comfort there as I was doing as a kid. And then one day I just decided, I'm feeling very suffocated. I was feeling very sad. I had cut off myself from the whole world. I didn't even want to go to LinkedIn because I didn't want to see, oh my god, this guy is there, I am nowhere. And I didn't want to go to Facebook because all of them were enjoying. And I remember that day clearly. I was sick, I got off the bed, I was very suffocated. I put on my shoes and I just went out. I went out and I walked and I briskly walked, and so much so that I started sweating. And I don't know, something changed, something turned in me that day, and slowly I started to maybe run for 2 minutes. Then I maybe decided to run for 2 kilometers. And when I was doing that, I used to feel that slowly the clouds are clearing from the skies. I used to feel the sun on my cheek, the wind in my hair, and I was happy for the first time. And while I was running, I used to feel all my questions getting answered slowly and slowly. You know what I mean? And then I faced one demon after the other while running. So I call it meditation in motion. And I was so happy when I was doing it. I became a marathon runner. I've till date done 5 marathons. And every morning now I go for a 5-kilometer run, and I'm so happy. And that also gave me an answer. The other answer came from meditation, where I went within and I found out so many answers there. I started systematically following all the loves of my life which I had forgotten, all the passions which had gone under the carpet. So today I am an entrepreneur, I am a corporate trainer. I help people get over their problems in communication because I know how difficult it is to be trapped in a situation where you can't express yourself. So I help people express themselves, and I get so much of satisfaction out of it that no amount of money can buy. I'm also a very avid photographer, and I write photo blogs. Recently I've become a heritage walk leader with Intact, and I've led a couple of walks with Sahapedia and Indian Heritage Walks. Plus, today what you see me doing is speaking in public. And I remember a time in school where I was so tongue-tied and so dry in my throat that I thought that I would just faint over there. And I saw all the kids in the audience laughing at me. So that memory and this memory. So there's a long journey that I've taken in these many years. And so I basically want to tell you that, guys, just love yourself. Accept the way you are. Please don't let anyone else tell you how you should be leading your life. You lead your own life. And then the wonder happens. Once you accept everything, once you move over that, once you forgive people who troubled you in the past, and you're carrying that grudge because it's a double-edged sword, it cuts both ways. Just let go. And just move on in life. And when you discover your new facet, the hidden gems and diamonds inside you, that is when you really start building on things. So I would like to say that I want you to take something from this story and please get it going. Just do it as Nike says. So I want all of us in this room to go from the pits, the lowest of lows, to the highest of highs, and from a lot of self-doubt to lots of self-confidence. And as I said, the title of the story is From Darkness Till Night. Thank you.